All right, hello friends. My name's Nate Wong. I'm here to share with you today some of my Anatolian cymbals. Before I talk about all of these ones here, I'd like to show you really my favorite ones out of all of these, which is the 15-inch brown sugar hi-hats. And yeah, I love 15-inch hi-hats. They're a little bit of a mellower sound. Hi-hats often cut through a lot the mix anyway. So I've always liked to have 15-inch hi-hats because they blend a little bit more. But a lot of 15-inch hi-hats are really, they can get really mushy and lack a little bit of definition, which I guess is the point. But I like to have a little bit of a middle ground, which I found these brown sugar hi-hats are perfect because they have a dark laving on top, or this kind of raw finish, which gives it that classic 15-inch hi-hat kind of mellow sound. But the bottom, as you can see here, is a brilliant finish. So then it actually gives it still some of that high frequency qualities, and it will still cut through the music a little bit like a typical hi-hat would, but also have some of the mellow sound that a 15-inch would. So that's why I like it a lot, and I will play it for you now. Yes, I love them. They are awesome. They really have that. They really have the best of both worlds to me. That 15-inch mellow sound, blended sound, but also with a little bit high frequency, just so it still has clarity. Also, the thing I found with other 15-inch hi hats I don't like is that the foot chick gets too blended in, and you get none of that definition, which I mean is a cool vibe, but throughout the gig, there's times where you really want to have that heard. So these 15-inch hats do have that quality where they can cut through a little bit. So I'll play a little bit of like a jazz beat. All right, now I will talk about some of the other cymbals we have here. Um, this is my 21-inch Mellow ride. I've taken this all over the world already. That's why it looks a little bit beat up, but it's amazing. It's a pretty thin ride. I use it as my left side ride because it crashes really well, and it also has a kind of a soft stick definition. So I like it as a left side ride, a kind of a softer sound. Another thing that I use this cymbal for is when I play rock gigs or other gigs, instead of when I want to go ride on a crash, um, like instead of really smacking a crash cymbal, I'll bring this cymbal and I'll use this instead because it actually gives a nice spread. It's not too aggressive, which I find sometimes like really just riding on a crash is. So I'll just do this kind of thing sometimes. Yeah, and for me, it has a controlled spread. It gives that really like raucous sound that you want from one of those big sections where you really want a washy cymbal, but it's not too much. Yeah, so there you go, the Mellow Ride. Both good for my jazz thing. Yes. All right. Now, this dry series 10-inch splash is great. It's pretty trashy. Yeah, so it's nice. It's complex. I like my splashes to be, relatively complex sounding because it's a short sound anyway. So it's nice to have a little bit of edginess, or else it's just too clear sometimes. This here, the soft dry ride, is something that's new to me, but I like it a lot. It has a very clear stick definition, and it's gonna make a great main ride. It has one rivet here, so we can try it. It's taped right now because I was trying it without the rivet, so we can try it both ways. I really like it. This one has really clear stick definition, so it goes well with this Mellow Ride because of the contrast. Yeah, I like it a lot. It's got a really nice stick definition. Now we're gonna take the tape off the rivet and we can hear it with the rivet. Yes. All right. Now we're on to the big boy, this 24-inch chocolate move ride. Um, as you can see, one of the big differences between the brown sugar and the chocolate move, which both have this raw finish, is that the brown sugars, like I showed you on this hi-hat, have a brilliant finish on the bottom, which gives it that bright quality, whereas the brown sugar is raw on both sides, and the bell is raw too. And this really gives it that raw kind of super complex vibe, which I love. Yeah, so complex, it sounds really good slow too. So. Super nice, super complex, a bit raw, and it's a really nice contrast to something like this cymbal, which is just like very nice, thick definition, clear, clean, and pure. And this one's kind of like a little bit more aggressive sound. And this other cymbal that I like a lot, this Honey Ride, which is it's got a brilliant finish, but it's got this special bell here that has this raw lathing and a lot of hammering here, which gives it some complexity. And then on the bottom, so unlike the brown sugar, which is kind of raw on top and brilliant on the bottom, it puts the raw finish on the bottom.